Welcome, everybody, to Coriander Society Adventures. I'm your game master, tormented by gnomes, and joining me for tonight's episode 51, is Beatdown Boulevard, Ninja Man Matt, and Pods of War. Also, I've completely lost control over my own lips, and I apologize for that. Beatdown, how are things in your end of the world?
Things are good. It's not cold anymore, although because it's February, that's going to change. Yeah, things are pretty good actually. We're chilling. We're working and we're chilling. What about you guys? What's going on? Actually, wait, before that, really quick, because I'm gonna forget. I think the way we should intro ourselves this time is you go in order of Matt, me, and Pods, because Matt can be like 1, I'll be like 2, and then when you get to Pods, she'll like punch her camera. It'll be great.
She's not even gonna talk. She's just gonna
not
hit
even
the
gonna talk.
screen.
Literally just,
like, Pods,
and
how
then
are
you
ya?
just see the shake.
No words.
No words.
No
only
words,
punch.
only violence. Yeah, no, we can add that to the notes and take a vote on that if somebody
That's
proposes it in triplicate at the next meeting, as long as it's done in the correct parliamentary order.
Oh
Yeah.
man, we're getting
Alright.
Parliament
It
into
would
this.
require you to hold on to your control of your lips, though.
That's true. That's really asking a lot.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I
Dang.
I know.
You know, it's just one of those days they go on and talk about.
Me too.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, same.
No, it was a great day. I didn't have someone to take care of my daughter, so I took care of my daughter today. That was lovely. Got to spend some time with her, and
Fun.
yeah. And so now we're here, and tomorrow I return to work, and that's going to be fun. So there's always that. It rained today. That was a mixed bag.
It did a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's still raining.
Yes, it is.
All right, punch.
Is that me?
Yeah, time
Yes.
to double down.
Who
Punch.
else?
I don't know.
What's going on in your world, Pods?
Cut the
It was
crap.
good.
Punch.
Tell us
It
what
was-
you
Tell us
wanna
what we want to
know.
know.
It was also raining here where I live, which is nowhere near where the rest of you two live.
Suspicious.
Um,
You suddenly moved to Toronto.
We all suddenly moved to Toronto.
Well, that's
Look outside. Be done.
Yeah.
We're here.
in my backyard.
The stream is coming from outside your house.
Dun dun dun.
All right, Matt, that was pretty good. I know that Zoom is like your favorite thing in the world, but that was honestly like, I'd give you inspiration, but it's you, so you.
Hey man, you know what?
yeah, we can't do
Understandable. Have a
that.
nice day.
Pods, we never actually got to you. How are things?
I don't know.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Can't argue with that.
There was nothing to say.
That's fair. That's a fair take. Oh
I
man.
have a tear welling up because that was so good.
Well, when we last left our heroes, the party was still scattered. Asena was on board the Pilgrim's Progress, leaving the Chronepsis Rift. Even though the ancient guardian dragons were able to awaken some of the additional powers in her amulet, they weren't very useful. For whatever dragon it is that brought her back to life when she was sacrificed to Senapulchre is older even than their ancient memory. And these dragons have to be around 12,000 years old since they had a full dragon life, then they died, and then they were ghosts for like at least 10,000 years. So whatever brought Asena back to life is truly ancient, and they said that it once was a dragon, but now it is something more. All that said, that's a lot of nice, fine, and dandy backstory, but it doesn't actually help Asena figure out what's going on, so all that she got was a power-up and some frustration. With that in mind, she is now on her way back with some of her crew to go to... I named all these Maru spawn. Anyways, to go where John is. John was on a mission to go to the Maru spawn to find one group of Maru spawn that was trying to genetically revive the non-combat strains of their species so that they could develop into a true society not built around endless eternal war and veneration of their progenitors. Along his way, he met a Maru spawn leader, and he imposed upon them that he's one of the ancients, for the ancients were in fact humans from the technologically sophisticated planet Lacunus. But along the way, as he was alone for just a brief moment, the Abishai Korgamaz, who John, Gastone, and Asena previously defeated on the planet Lacunus, appeared before him. Said, "John, buddy, it's so sad that you lost your magic. If only there was some way to get it back. In fact, I could get back your magic. In fact, I could get back your magic and make you even more powerful. And I could even get rid of this curse for you. All it would cost is your soul. John rejected that offer, but agreed to go with Korgamaz to the first circle of hell, Avernus, to meet with Tiamat, the mother of all chromatic dragons, to entertain a second offer. Not one that will restore his magical powers, but perhaps one that will open new doors for our erstwhile former wizard. Meanwhile, Gastone was in Clarity's pyramid amongst the Morrow spawn, working on re-engineering the zymes that the Morrow spawn create in order to create a weapon that will weaken the Morrow spawn abomination that they need to defeat and capture to break the curse of the Night Twist before they can leave PYRESPACE and go back to their lives before. He's made a lot of excellent progress. He's developed a couple of countermeasures, and now he's exploring the back half of the abandoned lab, which was forbidden to the Morrow spawn, but he was able to get access to because he's the same species as the Lacunians. He's bypassed some dangerous areas and sophisticated defense networks. He found the transference chamber, 2 pods connected by a beam of flickering energy, and someone or something is inside those 2 pods. Not of war. That's where we left everybody off. Did I miss anything important?
Yes.
What did I miss?
I don't know. I just said yes. Sorry.
You probably are. I mean, let's be honest.
I mean,
Where's
man.
Chester? Huh?
Where is
where is
Chester, Matt?
Chester?
He's alive.
Yeah, and he's not my bag anymore. He's got his own life now. He does his own thing.
I don't
Is
know.
that
no,
how that works?
Last time we checked, he was with Asena, I believe.
Okay,
But she went to a crazy dragon graveyard, so I don't know if he would have gone there.
he's alive and on her ship right now as she's making her way back. We'll go with that.
Perfect. Very good.
Okay. So, any other questions before we resume our adventures?
Are you?
Okay.
Oh, no. You first. You first.
No, mine was literally going to be like a contingency for pods. It was going to be like any real questions.
Ah.
Well, mine was a 2-parter. I was going to ask, first of all, Gnomes, we didn't check in with you. How are you doing today? And then the second
good question.
Part, yeah, and then the second
You
part.
can't
was
because we
gonna-
already started the episode now.
Well, yeah,
That's true, that's true.
That's true. Understand.
Nice try, Joe. You can't avoid talking about your day. Let's hear it. Chat wants to hear it too.
Yeah.
Right, chat?
Yeah.
All right.
Forget the cool badass opening you just did to get everyone in character. We want to hear about how you're doing.
I just delivered the recap for the 51st episode of this show so that new watchers can try to get caught up in any way, shape, or form. But fine, I'm doing well. I'm having a good day. I took yesterday off to do the one shot with Bren, Josh, Lemon Kiwi, and
You can do it.
Sound it out.
holy crap. My brain just completely erased itself. What planet are we on again?
Lacunas.
Right, Lacunas. Thank you.
PYRESPACE.
PYRESPACE. No,
PYRESPACE.
technically, you're on the planet of Ashen.
Ashen.
Yes. Which
In
is completely different.
Completely different.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. No, it was Jake. Jake Overwatch.
I knew it.
You know,
I said
slightly-
Jake!
Yeah, Jake Overwatch. Yeah.
Ugh! I
Damn.
miss him.
Still a thing?
Yeah. Yeah. He still plays for the Houston Outlaws after we did-
Really?
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
He's a
I didn't
coach
know
slash
that.
player for them. And after Pods got to play with him in person, it was his first time playing D&D at Twitch San Diego.
Oh, that's cool. I know it's the first time.
Way.
He
Yeah,
was
they
so
fought-
good at it.
They fought a gazebo.
I recall that.
Mm.
Literal gazebo, like the Hell House?
Yeah.
It's a long story. But anyways, he played a rogue this time. He got right into character, being like the edgy loner rogue. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun having the lads back. It was a fun group of people to play with. I'm really glad that we got the chance to do it. So aside from my lips and my brain both not working, I'm doing great.
That's
Nice.
fantastic. My second question was, I don't think you're ready for the kind of ludicrous crap I'm going to pull today.
You know what? If I was ready, it wouldn't be fun.
Well, that was, I think, the last of my stuff.
All right. Anything else? Or do we get into this?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Given that time is still somewhat frozen while this devil deal happens, let's go ahead and start out with John Carmichael. We can move through his scene and then we'll be able to reunite the party.
Okie dokie.
We last left John in the fiery pits of Avernus at the monument to Tiamat. He briefly spoke with Archon the Cruel, Tiamat's champion who bears the hand of Vecna in an effort to release Tiamat from her imprisonment in the first circle of hell. John got Archon's attention deliberately to be annoying to Korgamaz, and is now being led into the mighty draconic skull that is the Maw of Tiamat. Is there anything else that you need to do before you entered the aforementioned Maw?
No. I just I had to remember to go to the other Roll20 screen because
Yes,
that's the thing.
because this is the crossover.
Yes.
All right.
Should I find that little doohickey at this point before entering the skull?
What do? Oh yeah. So along the way, Chad last time gave John a treasure, and that treasure was just a trinket that he picked up. And you find it as you enter the skull, the mighty monument to Tiamat. You find a scorched, withered skeleton, blackened from dragon fire. One of its hands clutched around a small, odd metal object. And nobody is looking, and nobody can stop you.
Okay. John, kind of walks by the skeleton, and just by going nearby it, his mere presence just crumples this thing to dust, and that little object, clang, 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 makes this little clanging sound as it falls to the brimstone at John's feet, and he kind of looks around like, oh, I didn't touch it, and then just leans down, not even intending to steal it, just kind of picking it up and then just throwing it in his bag just to avoid any I didn't do it.
It almost looks like the metal frame of a hairbrush with a bunch of hooks loosely jangling from either side. It's made from a blackened iron, and it's covered with infernal script.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
John makes a mental note to ask about that later.
Okay.
I think now's not the time.
Roll
hopefully.
sleight of hand check, please.
Oh, goody.
And you're going to need to do that in the other...
Yep.
Yeah.
Mate, can you check? Do I have any disadvantage right now? I believe I do, right?
Checking the script. No, you don't. The only one who has disadvantage is me.
Quickly. Sleight of hand. Go.
Before
I rolled a 2!
Congratulations, you get inspiration from
Yes,
chat.
I do. Please mark that off. That's so funny. Okay, I got a 10 total.
Let's go. That's a sign, people. That is a sign. 2 for 2 Tuesday.
Oh,
Right.
that's right.
It jingles loudly. It almost has like a discordant musical quality to it. Like it's something that you would hear in the background of a ritual, maybe.
Oh. So kind of a nice jingle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know if it's nice, but deliberate, maybe. Like it's supposed to do that.
Okay, well, John kind of looks around as he kicks this thing over, jang, picks it up, and just kind of looks back at Korgamaz and just holds it up and gives it a little shake. Do you need this?
Oh, I left Korgamaz's voice in a completely different folder. Hang on, I'm finding his voice.
Hold on, wait, I'm not ready. Just give me a moment. Just hang on.
I care nothing for this.
Oh, okay, very good. He gives it another little. I'm gonna actually make a quick little performance check if you don't mind.
Not at all. Roll to jingle.
John jingles
3.
his jingle and gets a total of what is that? A 7. Oh gosh, it sounds dreadful. I don't think this was meant for human ears.
You're right, it wasn't.
Well, I had something, but that went dreadful, so I'm just gonna forget about anything. And John just slowly just slides it into his pack.
The two of you pass deep into the maw. The stench here is sulfurous and oppressive. You are once again hounded by a feeling that once was strange to you, once was and still is alarming. That innate, instinctual sense that you are out of your league, that There are great predators' eyes waiting in the darkness, that extra beat of your heart, that quiver of the nostrils that awakens long since dormant parts of the human anatomy, the physiology that helped survive on the savannas when we had barely emerged into the light of sentience, when monsters were still out there hunting us. That part of you is eminently aware at this moment.
John looks around, and I'd like to know exactly, aside from, of course, these terrible eyes lurking in the darkness, being watched and having the hackles at the back of my neck standing straight up. What am I looking at here? I know I just climbed inside of a giant dragon skull, but is this just bone encased around everywhere, or are we looking at viscera, or is this like a manufactured dwelling of some kind?
This is a cave dug into the very side of Avernus itself.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay, very good. Well, I would assume that at this point, even though he was behind me, is Korgamaz leading, or is he just kind of pressing me on?
Korgamaz is leading.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, I'm going to stay very close to Korgamaz. So, hey, what's the protocol here? I've actually, I've met a fair number of divine beings in my time, but generally it's under duress. I don't normally just kind of go walking into the belly of the beast, as it were. What should I expect from this upcoming interaction?
I will take care of all the decorum. Bow when I say bow, kneel when I say kneel. Do not speak until spoken to.
Okay, roger that. Also, quick clarification to our bargain. I know that you and I made it, but I know that you made it on behalf of your queen. So technically that means I made it with your queen, or rather the power is coming from your queen to do this bargain, but the bargain was with you, right? Or how does that work? Was the bargain just with you? If it's a soul thing, is it your queen? I just want to make sure that I know exactly where I stand here. For when
You
the
and I
argument.
have an agreement established between the two of us on the world of Lacunas.
Yes.
At this time, no other agreement is in place.
Very good. Okay, just wanted to clarify that. Thank you.
Are you prepared?
You know, yeah, actually. Yeah, you know what? I think that yeah, let's do it.
Korgamaz steps forward and falls to his knees and bows. And in the draconic tongue,
Blessed Queen, Dark Lady, Mother of all dragons, Ancient One, I, your humble servant, stand before you with the petitioner as was promised.
thud, thud. Scales move against each other in the darkness. Enormous claws dig into the very stone. The hissing of 5 different jaws and the gleam of 10 different eyes peers at you through the darkness.
Mate, I didn't want to interrupt you, but as this is happening, Korgamaz is remaining bowed, right?
Yes.
Did he instruct me to bow too, or because he was going to tell me when to do?
like.
Okay, good, because like I'm like, should I do it? Should I not? I'm like seeing this form approaching, kind of looking down, like, Q, should I stay? And then okay, cool. And yeah, John stands right beside Gorgamaz and takes a knee. Oh my. That's big.
Moothrek, hear us. You oppose the Dragon of the Void. Our interests are aligned. I will grant you the spark of my power. You will vanquish Kur and prevent its rise. You will pay homage for this gift and tithe to my trove. every 30 days. These are the terms of my pact.
So John, very intelligent man, is hearing all of this. Matt is hearing all of this, but wants to clarify what he's hearing.
Mhm.
So every 30 days, I have to pay I have to pay basically to be part of this deal.
It's pay to play.
Yes,
Hmm.
and did
It's
they?
not a pyramid scheme. It's a reverse funnel.
Yeah. No, it trickles up. I get it. Does John have any idea what this amount would be?
He can ask.
Well, very good. Okay, so every 30 days, pay tribute, and also get power. Stop Kur. Loving it so far. Get power, stop Kur, pay tribute. Was there anything else as part of that I missed or didn't remember?
Let me see here. There's got to be some other weird stuff going on with this. And
I just want to make sure that I'm not glancing over, glossing over anything.
Let's see here. Roll 1d6.
Okay. Oh, well, this is Baldur's Gate, but hey, here we go.
what was the roll? A 3?
3.
Okay.
Whoops.
All right. You must oppose Kur in all things. You must pay a tithe once a month to Tiamat's horde. Every day, you must inscribe her sign within the building or temples in which you sleep or dwell. Once every single day.
Inscribe Tiamat sign in a building, not every, but in a building.
Once a day, yes.
In a building you sleep or dwell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll have to get a clarification for that. Lord's current all things. I get that. That's easy.
Mm-hmm.
God, a post looks weird when you write it out. And every 30 days, pay tribute to Tiamat's horde. To Tiamat. Now, do I have to come here to do that?
No.
Oh.
You must merely make the sacrifice and the transportation will be taken care of for you.
Oh, okay. Every 30 days, pay tribute to Tiamat. Okay. Then for all of this, I get power.
Yes, and in 5 years' time, you will return here. And we will see if you have made good use of my power.
Okay, very, very good. Okay, now there's a couple of things. Mate, I am looking for my notes, and I got a lot prepped today. But of course, I don't think I prepped as much as I would have liked to have prepped. That's what always happens every time, you do prep.
I get it.
When I went to Lacunas recently,
Mm-hmm.
I ended up bonding a piece of the flesh of Kur on the bottom of the hourglass of Tiamat. Like Tiamat's like life hourglass.
In Cronepsis Cavern.
Yeah, that happened. That happened. I feel like I should bring that up if I'm going to make a pact with the Mother of all Dragons. That should probably be bought up.
Would you like to bring that up?
Yeah, I kind of feel like well, here's the thing. I mean, I'm supposed to oppose Kur in all things, and I feel like that is opposing, so I probably could be quiet, but it kind of just seems like that scene in the novella where you're like, just say it. It's going to be a problem down the line if you don't say it. But also, I'm not in her service right now.
Mm-hmm.
So like I kind of feel like maybe I should wait until like I make the pact and then do a by the way forgiveness rather than permission kind of a thing. How does just from John's dealings with beings like this, how does John feel about that scenario in regards to like, Are you protected during a bargaining phase, or until the deal is made, like your ass could be grass? Like,
There's no deal in place right now.
Yeah. Okay.
With
Okay.
normal devils, you'd be protected during the bargaining phase. They can offer you their protection, but they don't have to, which is why, say, if some chain devils jump you in a haunted house, they can try to make you agree to a deal under duress.
Absolutely.
In this particular case, you're not sure what rules apply. Tiamat's a dragon goddess.
Okay. John looks to Korgamaz and kind of gives him that, can I stand up or should I stay here? Look. Okay.
He shakes his head at you.
John stays right where he is.
Okay.
John, both knees on the ground, both hands on the ground, looks up at Tiamat and does that thing where he tries to pick a head, but he can't quite decide where. So then he realizes, as he's kind of being a little bit awkward, like, I don't know where to look, he just starts going from one end to the other, which I believe it goes, because I think red's in the middle, so he goes like white to black to red to blue to green, however that is. But he goes down the line, not in order of color, but in order of where they are from left to right, and just kind of does, just goes back and forth like a not so perfect meme. Oh, great mother of dragons, queen of Avernus, possible future patron, I am very interested and would just like to clarify the specifics of this arrangement, if you are agreeable to this.
Speak.
Oppose Kerr in all things. I'm on that. I've been on that. That's actually what I was going to talk to you about. So you've already beaten me to the punch, oh great queen. Yep. Very, very intimidating. So that's going to keep happening. No problems there. Question, aside from just getting a modicum of your strength in order to go about opposing this world, universe, existence ending dragon. What, if I may ask, let's say, in being in your service, I would suppose that I'm going to be attempting to get you free from this place. That's, that's understandable. Let's just say things start going very wrong in the Kerr department. Am I able to call upon you to help me keep that thing where it is?
Should you earn it, wizard?
Okay, understandable.
Also, DM dropped the ball. Yeah, you're supposed to oppose Kerr. I completely forgot that helping her get out of here was supposed to be an absolutely key part of this pack. So thank you for bringing that up. Yes, that is in the mix.
Perfect. Is that above oppose Kerr? Is there an order of operation for these, or
oppose Kerr, release Tiamat, work on releasing Tiamat from Avernus.
Okay. Gotcha.
And once Tiamat is released from Avernus, you may be freed of this pact if you so desire.
Oh. Okay.
But until Tiamat is released from Avernus, if you fail in this pact, she gets your soul.
Now hold on just a moment. I could have done a very initial. Okay, let me say this. Your friend over here offered me everything I could have wanted for my soul. I declined. Soul's not on the table. That being said, I understand that that's what devils deal in. Oh godliness. And in 5 years, you're going to judge my service, and I'm assuming that's going to be where we decide, okay, you did super good. Would you like to opt out? Would you like to upgrade, or you sucked, I'm taking your soul? I kind of feel like that's where we're at with this. I understand. What I would like to request is that I would not like that last one to be on the table. I don't mind adding on.
Before succeeding, your soul is mine.
Should I die before succeeding? Your soul, okay, wait. Let me just get this straight.
If you die and I remain imprisoned here,
Yeah.
Your soul is mine. Under
But
no other circumstances do I lay claim to it.
okay, I can work with that. Now, after the 5-year, yep, that's pretty bad. After the 5-year, what do we call that? Grace period. What is it when you're? And he looks over at Korgamaz. What is it called when you're like new to a job?
Probation.
And
It's probation.
that's the one. Yeah. After the 5-year probation, here's what I'm thinking. You, like you said, if I die before you release you're released from Avernus, you get my soul. Totally get that. I can work with that. If after the 5 years you don't believe that my work has been up to par, I would like to be released from this pact and return all boons granted, and I don't get any of the tribute back. Does that sound kosher?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, then there we go. That's great. Okay, perfect. Oppose current all things. Got that. Help release you from Avernus. Totally there. If I die during my 5-year interim period, you get my soul. But if at the end of the 5 years, if I don't choose to stay on with this, then I can go. Perfect. That sounds great. The building thing. I tend to move around a lot, not too big of a deal. But if I, let's say, stay in the same place 2 nights in a row, do I just have to keep scrawling your sign or sigil on the wall in that same place? Or do I get kind of a buy on that one?
At least once a day, creativity is encouraged.
So, like, just kind of pick a different spot. Just don't do the same spot over and over, I guess.
Yes, dwell in the same place for too long, and it shall become a shrine to my glory.
Interesting. Okay. Very good. Stay on the move. I can do that. Ooh, yep. Yeah, I don't like that. All right. And then every 30 days, pay tributes to your glorious self.
1/10 of all the treasure you receive shall enrich my hoard.
1/10 of all the treasure I receive. Okay. And just to clarify, how do I get this treasure to you? Do I like burn it in a pyre, or is Korgamaz going to come pick it up?
I will send Korgamaz to retrieve it.
Okay.
For precious metals.
Precious metals. Okay. Wait, no precious metals or yes precious metals?
Precious metals, jewels, objects of glory and magnificence. No cash, please. No paper money. No cryptocurrency.
I spend a lot of time. Oh, wow, don't like that. I spend a lot of time in places where that's kind of the thing. Let's say I go to a place where there's just a lot of just useless paper flowing around. Is that gonna be like, for instance, let's say I make about $2,000 in crypto. Do you still want a portion of that, or like only the hard cash that I get? Only the real stuff.
1/10 of the total monetary proceeds, calculating for currency transfer, inflation, and other such things in precious metals.
God, that's gonna be hard. Okay, I'll do my best.
And should you fail to deliver this tribute, I will swallow your powers until you make good on it.
Oh, okay. Hey, rando question here. Can I prepay? Is that a thing? Can I just like drop off, a bunch with you and just we'll take that'll, I don't know where I'm going to be at all times.
Yes, but you have to do the math. I can't be bothered with it.
Okay, understandable.
And don't make me audit you.
I will do my God. I don't like that at all. Ooh. Yes, very good. I will make sure that that's reasonable. That's absolutely reasonable. Okay, so 10% of my wealth in cold hard cash. Scrawl and do signs to your holiness when I sleep. Release you from Avernus over time, and oppose current all things. What do I get in return for this? What is the? I know we're talking about what I can do for you, which obviously I'm here for. But what is the kickback on this?
A portion of my power shall rest within you. Nurture it, make good upon this path, and in time it shall grow and prosper and make you strong once again.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I shall make of you my warlock.
Oh. Hey, mate, question. Never been super clear on this because I've never played a warlock before. Warlocks, are they borrowing the power and it could be revoked at any time, or do they get the power and regardless of what happens between them and their patron, the power is theirs?
It varies completely pact by pact. In this case, if you don't carve the symbol and you don't pay the tithe, your power is deactivated until you re-up on that.
Wow. Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. John wants to actually clarify. Let's say, for instance, he gets locked up at a jail and his hands are bound, can't really do much in the way of carving. And that happens for like a week straight. Does he like owe back on this? Like, oh, well, you got to do 7 of these before you even get your powers back. Or like, well, that was a wash. You didn't have your powers for those 7 days, but now that you're starting up again, we don't count back taxes of carving. Like you're good to go again.
It's Tiamat. She wants back taxes, but you can get them all done in one day.
Interesting.
Do a whole lot of carving.
Do a whole lot of carving. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Okay, John agrees to this. However, your godliness. I was somewhat of a scholar in my life. I made my way with my charms from time to time, but not really my thing. Just wondering, is there a way that I could, I know that warlocks are kind of a force of personality deal. So is there a way that I could either get a supernatural bump to my already exceedingly lavish personality, or is there a way to transfer maybe my brain to apply to some of this stuff, like use my already inherited and nurtured talents?
My glory will surround you and flow forth from you like a torrential river of fire and blood.
That sounds amazing. And that's going to translate into...
The glory of the draconic form shall enshroud you, and no mortal will be able to look upon you without feeling that strength of presence.
Oh.
Korgamos leans over.
You're gonna get a small charisma buff for this.
Oh, okay, very good. That's just what I wanted to, it's just not really my thing. So, okay, perfect. Yes, that sounds...
I noticed.
That sounds amazing. Okay, fantastic. So I will become your warlock, and I will carry the mantle of your majesty. And in return, I do all that stuff that we just talked about. Okay. This sounds reasonable. Where do I sign?
Stand forth, John Carmichael.
John stands.
All right. An ancient incantation in the draconic tongue emits from all 5 of Tiamat's heads as they lurch forward into the passageway. She takes an enormous breath. From the white dragon's head, a blizzard of freezing frost. From the black dragon's head, a stream of putrefying acid. From the green dragon's head, a cloud of horrific, toxic fog. From the blue dragon's head, an enormous bolt of lightning. And from the red dragon's head, a gout of flame surrounds and engulfs you.
Oh, gosh.
The pain is hideous. The dice are not going to be rolled at this time because that would take too long to figure out how much damage you take from all 5 dragon breaths.
Oh, gosh.
But it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, that's awful.
You are instantaneously reduced to 0 hit points and then instantaneously restored to full.
Oh, very good.
And when that is complete, draconic runes are emblazoned along your back, measured along your spine. 5 of them, each in a different color.
Oh.
The sign of Tiamat is upon you, and you can feel your new burgeoning powers awakening. Gastone and Asena, what level are your secondary classes right now? Do you recall?
3.
3? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you dying, Beatdown?
Yeah. I'm good.
All right, good.
Just
Are you
choking
dying?
on tea.
Yes. Water is not air?
Water is not air. Can confirm in case anyone was unsure.
Noted. Okay. John, in addition to being a level 8 gumshoe, you are now also a level 3 warlock.
Wow. Very nice. And based off of our previous conversation, I get to pick the type of warlock.
Yes.
Very nice. Okay. Very cool. Very cool.
I am going to leave you to manage that while we turn our attention to our other heroes, unless there's something else you had to say.
Is this scene going to move away from Tiamat? Because I do have one more thing.
It will move away from Tiamat. What do you have to say?
So after the pact is made,
Mm-hmm.
John looks over his new, glorious, although subtly evil form, and wow, oh, I can feel it. This is amazing. Hey, now that we line this up, just one more thing. In the Secret Rift of Dragons, where all the hourglasses of life and the universe, everything reside for all dragons. Yeah, I kind of attached one of the pieces of the flesh occur to your hourglass. So I just wanted you to know. Bye. And John just starts leaving. We can talk about that later, I think. I'll come back in a month.
Amazing.
All right. John dips on Tiamat after forming the bond.
Corgamos, come on. We got to go. Come on. I have to talk to you.
All right. Corgamos and John skedaddle away from the cave. Asena, you and the pilgrims are on a landing approach. Let me go ahead and move here because it's been a while since you have been in things. And as time unfreezes itself, which one is it? Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. As time unfreezes itself, Asena, you and your crew arrive in front of an enormous pyramid. A sandstorm is in full effect right now, making it extremely difficult to find the place in the first place. Would you roll a perception check for me?
Sure.
A 12. 12. All right. I just need to grab the rest of the people you're traveling with along with you, and Hara, of course. Roll a survival check as well, since even though deserts aren't really your specialty, you are... Okay, a 15. Thanks to your assistance, the ship is able to find the pyramid. You arrive out front shortly after John has... John entered a while ago, actually, because you sort of split off in different directions. But the pyramid is guarded by two enormous Marosalts, the gigantic Marospawn warriors you've seen in the past. You are accompanied by Hara, Zomkug, Nizar, and Tenkobel Bizbus, none of whom are particularly diplomatic. Everybody looks at each other as if expecting somebody else to take point on this interaction. What do you do?
This is really hard. I do not play this person. Asena, the diplomat.
You don't have to do anything. You can pass the buck if you want, but
I'd like you to meet diplomatic and immunity.
I'm gonna whisper to my party and just be like, how do you think John went through here?
Tenkobel mutters, or died. Supposedly, there's Marospawn here who we can get along with.
Yeah. Let's just walk. Let's just ignore them.
Okay.
We're
Asena,
meant to be here.
Go ahead and start walking in like you own the place.
Oh my god. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Dominance asserted. Halt! We serve under the auspices of wisdom, who has decreed the death of all off-worlders.
Even the ancients?
Roll intimidation or persuasion, please. 21. Okay. There is a dangerous gleam in Asena's eye. Asena, what are you carrying with you at the moment? What are you brandishing anything? What do you got?
Well, probably seeing how last time how the smart laser worked so well. Yeah, I can have that out.
All
Plus,
right.
they like tech, don't they?
You're just like carrying it casually, firing up. Did some water just spill over there?
Yeah. Everything's fine.
All right.
My assistant is taking care of it.
Excellent. Your production assistant.
Yes.
All right. All right. Yeah, with the 21 and with the smart laser, they're gonna. Okay. Yep. No, I guess this one is supposed to be here. They go back to their guard duty and ignore you, like they're not supposed to be looking at you.
Don't look at me. That's awesome.
Nizar immediately just starts swaggering in, just sauntering with this, like he owns the place. Zomkug just walks in, 10 kobolds stomping gloomily after the last conversation that you had about stealing dragon treasure. Hara gives you a nod of approval as they all proceed to enter into the pyramid and start making your way down into the depths.
Well, that was easy.
Do you want me to leave you to clean up your stuff?
No, I'm good.
All right.
It's done.
All right. What is your passive perception, Asena?
I think my character sheet went away.
Shift, double click on that character to pull it back up.
16.
16. Okay. You do not notice the Maru lurks lurking on either side as you proceed, but that's fine. You can strut in like you own the place.
Just find another lever.
Just find another lever. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
ahead.
everything's gonna be fine.
Move yourself forward. And I will take care of making sure that your entire posse follows with you. You have dark vision, so you're able to see in faded bits and pieces. The rest of the party follows along. I think they all have dark vision. Does Nizar have dark vision? He does not. Hara will cast light for those who lack the capability. Boing. Before you are a wide set of double doors that open without too much difficulty, allowing you into Vigilance. No. Vigilance is a guy. Clarity owns this pyramid, allowing you into the empty room, all the way down the stairs into the chamber beyond, the doors of which swing open with ease. You notice the scurrying of other Maru spawn nearby, but you do not notice any... You feel like you're being watched, but nobody is really bothering you at this point.
Well, that's nice. I wonder where John is.
The roll perception check for me, please.
12 again.
12. All right. Perhaps you are being watched, but if you are, you can't feel it. Everything seems to be completely fine and normal.
Asena's too busy, thinking about the Dargan she just came across.
Mm-hmm.
And, beating herself up over how she got scared and ran away from them. It was like, oh my gosh, I blew it.
So she's a little bit in her feels at the moment.
Yeah.
All right. You may proceed down the stairs. Another door.
Where are we anyway? Some sort of underground triangle.
Hara will explain. The Lacunians from that world we were on earlier, they originally came here through a dimensional gate, built their own structures, and these structures were built on top of those. by the Maru spawn, their creations, to honor them. This is a mixture of what they've carved from the stone and the technology of the progenitors. It's a big pointy place where they bury dead people.
Dead people.
They have these on your world as well, in the distant land of Kemet, where the Omelons are waging war.
Why do they bury people in a triangle?
There's a belief that the shape points upwards towards the sky, towards the celestial realms, channeling the spirits of the dead successfully into the afterlife.
Oh. That makes sense. Except for their spirits are here because I talk to them sometimes.
There's a difference between the soul and the echoes that the soul leaves behind, which is usually what the Crown of Dead speech allows you to communicate with. Unless they're very freshly dead, in which case you're actually speaking to the soul.
Oh. Freshly dead.
Yes.
Why'd you say it like that?
Freshly dead.
Is this taking Asena's mind off the dragon fear that she just dealt with?
Yeah.
All right. Roll a survival check for me, please. $25. Okay. As you enter this next chamber, you notice that the air is somewhat stale. It's not particularly satisfying to breathe. And with a 25, you notice that the fire, which is in this burning brazier, this stone platform that builds up to, and this metal bowl, and there's a fire burning in it. The fire smells bad. Doesn't smell like one that you'd light with coals or with wood. It smells almost like an industrial fire, like when Keller Industrial burned down because of all the fireballs way back in the beginning of your adventure. It smells more like that.
Yeah. Can we go in that room?
Yes, you can. You may proceed. The door is open.
I'll make a note to Hara. This fire is weird.
Hara leans over, takes a look at it.
That's not a real fire.
I get what you're saying, but I can't tell. She pokes around. Maybe there's something in the base of it? I don't know. I am many things. I'm not fireproof. Roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please, Asena.
As I was just like, okay, that crazy place. If it seems weird, let's walk into it.
10. Okay. You feel a little lightheaded and a little woozy, but it's not going to last very long. But it's probably from like the low oxygen air near the fire as you're investigating it. You're a little woozy, a little loopy, and until you move away from the fire, you're going to have disadvantage on all ability checks, skill checks.
Okay. Yeah, I don't feel so good here.
Do you need to go back?
Well, I want to get away from this. Whatever this is not agreeing with it.
Deeper we go.
Should we just leave it there?
Yeah, probably for the best. I mean, it's fairly permanent, it looks. Lead the way.
Okay.
10 Kobold sort of looks at the fire. Roll an insight check with disadvantage because of the loopiness, Asena. 16. 10 Kobold stares very intently indeed at the fire, and almost has to be pulled away by Zomkug. All right. Further complicating matters is the fact that, unlike John, you do not have an escort down here. You do not automatically know the way. Which direction would you like to head?
Down.
All right. Go ahead and move yourself down.
Oh god. There's nothing down here.
Yeah, this room seems completely empty. What's your passive perception, Asena?
16.
This room is completely empty. There's no spider webs. There's no cobwebs. There's barely any dust. This room is empty. And the middle of the floor is all cracked and dried out.
I'm starting to get a little weirded out. I don't really have a lot of experience exploring dead triangles.
10 Kobold will move forward. That's one of the reasons they keep me around.
You're good at exploring?
Mm-hmm. He gets out a set of tools, some pokers, a tuning fork, a couple little gadgets, magnifying glasses. He starts taking a look around, checking the entire area. And let's see, what can he do? He's going to roll an investigation check. 23. As he continues to go across the room, he puts up a hand, and he's a gnome, so he comes up to maybe your waist. He puts up a hand like over your ankle to block you from moving any further.
Yes.
He gestures for you and Hara to exit the room, back out of the room.
Okay.
Once he backs all the way out of the room, he grabs a little piece of scrap metal that he harvested from somewhere and hurls it into the room. There is a flash of green light. The wrench takes 49 points of force damage and is disintegrated.
Do I recognize that that's force damage?
Roll an intelligence check. Just a flat intelligence check, please.
Oh.
A 17. Yeah, you'd recognize that as force damage.
Green flash. A lot, much bigger than mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think John went this way.
Well, if he did, he didn't come back this way.
Well,
How dare you?
Asena. No, we're not going to use that right now. Never mind. Ignore me. Ignore me.
what?
We could try to figure out a way to get around this, or we could turn the other way. I mean, this is a very good trap, which means that whatever's behind it is probably worth trapping very well. And Kobold's eyes have that gleam like he had in the Chronepsis Rift.
Do you want to figure this one out?
Give me some time, and I'll see what I can do.
Why don't you do that? And I'll check the other hallway.
All right. He's not actually entering the room. He's just swapping places with you. And you can go ahead and proceed the other direction.
Hey, mate.
Yes?
Not to be that guy, but weren't you rushing John through this area because of the lack of like oxygen and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just clarifying. I know no one said anything about that. I just wanted to make sure, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she doesn't have none of these people have a guide. So
No. I know. I just look. You forgot about the whole Avernus thing. I wanted to make sure.
I
that...
appreciate you keeping me on my toes.
Yeah.
All right. Zomkug leans over to Asena. One of us should stick with him. He goes down holes when he thinks there's something in there. He gets distracted. He gets single-minded. Somebody ought to keep an eye on him.
Great. Thank you.
Zomkug will stay behind. Nizar will boldly proceed in search of treasure and glory.
I'll remind the team we're looking for John, not for treasure.
But if there happens to be some treasure down here at the same time.
Yeah, just like the dragon horde. Gotcha.
All right. Go ahead and move yourself. It is very dark, but Hara will follow behind, illuminating the way, though you have dark vision, so you're fine. There is a door directly in front of you. And there are passages to either side.
Is the door open?
The door is shut.
Can I kick it?
Yes, roll an athletics check to kick the door. Yeah, the door, yeah, you kicked it, but it's a stone door. It doesn't really do much.
Okay. I'm gonna head this way.
All right, go ahead. An enormous set of double doors awaits you.
Maybe these doors will work better.
All right. The doors slide open upon whatever you apply to them, revealing another set of double doors immediately past them.
Why do doors need more doors?
John isn't here to make a Lord of the Rings joke. And Hara, it has a little bit of technical expertise, but is not as sharp at this stuff as Gastone, or John, who would immediately recognize what this is. She shrugs.
Oh.
Shall we? What do you think?
I think I'm gonna put my crown of dead speech on.
Okay. Nice.
I'd be like, maybe if people have died here, they can warn me about things.
That's actually a really good point, because I completely forgot that there's the half-dissolved body of a Marulurk just inside. I need to do... So yeah, you see this melted
Oh no.
inside. Hara looks at him. Is that Waith? I can't tell if that's Waith or not. You want to talk to...
Oh my god, Waif was on John's team.
Mm-hmm. You better talk to him.
Waif, is that you?
Off-worlder, you and your kind are to be purged. That is the glorious wisdom of wisdom.
How did you die?
I touched the walls, and Gleet purged me from this world.
So the walls are bad?
Yes, all those who touch the walls shall be purged.
You have any tips on how to get through this little double doors?
Just touch the doors, not the walls. These doors are the seal against the evil air that dwells within these catacombs to purge off-worlders like you who dare to linger within.
Wait, there's evil air?
Yes. We Marspawn are tough. We can survive this for a long time, but I'm sure that you squishy humans will choke and die a weak and terrible death.
Well, I don't know. You're the one that's dead.
Silence! This has nothing to do with anything.
But you're not Waith, right?
What's a waif?
Yeah. Didn't think so. Thanks, little guy.
Release me from this hell!
Hara stands there looking at you because she's not party to this conversation.
mean, they can
can
probably
hear
hear
yours.
my
They can
what
hear
I
your
said.
half of the conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, she's still not party to this conversation.
So I have good news and bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Good news is that's not Waith.
Good.
Although maybe that's
He's harmless. Aside from the
yeah, but
assassinations, he's harmless.
if he was dead, he wouldn't bother you anymore. But you might kind of miss it. Okay, bad news is we can't touch the walls and there's an evil air and we might die.
Evil air.
Yeah. They said that there is an evil air in this place, but the Maru spawn are fine from it, but we humans are not.
I'm betting that also applies to half orcs and gnomes,
What about?
like Zomkug and Tenkobel, who are still
Yeah.
down here in the catacombs, poking at that disintegration room, breathing the evil air.
Yeah.
We should probably go get them, or at least warn them.
Yeah. We could warn them. Maybe
Alright.
we should get them. Are we liable for them?
Nizar
Really?
says, I would not let any of my crew members perish in such an accursed place such as this. Plus, I'd never hear the end of it from Domnica.
Right. Yes. I do not want to explain this to Dominica. All right. Maybe we should get out of here. Or
Well, we have to find John somehow.
while we could go warn the gnome and the people that want to go find the treasure, or we could go through here at the double door weird room, as long as we don't touch the walls. But it also sounds like we don't have a lot of time.
Hara will cast Message and mutter under herself to whisper to Zomkug and Tenkobel, evil air, don't die. We're pressing on.
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
All right. She gets a response. She says, Tenkobel wants one more hack at this. He hasn't figured it out yet. And he's gone through 3 wrenches, an old chicken drumstick that he found lying around, half a length of rope, and one of Zomkug's socks. And they've all been disintegrated. So he's still working on a solution.
He found a chicken bone
In his pack. It wasn't like lying around down here.
I was like, what?
Yeah, no, it's not like he found... Yeah, no, I specifically said there was nothing in this chamber.
That's why I was blown away. Like, wait a minute, where did he find a chicken bone? Oh my goodness. Also, follow-up question. Why does he keep chicken bones in his pack?
He didn't. He probably stole it from someone else who was snacking. Also, John, it wasn't an inspiration that you got. It was a treasure that you got.
Oh.
For rolling a 2.
Okay.
That is all.
I don't think I added that one, so let me double check.
All right. So while we wait for them to catch up, do you want to go ahead and move into the chamber beyond Asena? Because they know they're going to try again. I'll just check in on them shortly. If either of you feel anything, she looks at Nizar, who's a genie. If you feel anything, Asena, let me know, okay?
Well, I did feel weird by the fire.
That's probably the source of it. It's probably leaking toxic fumes or leaching the oxygen out of the air.
Maybe we should have closed the doors. There
are no doors between us and that chamber, unfortunately.
Oh. Maybe you could make one?
Phenomenal cosmic power.
Can she make one? Let's see.
Would you like to see my spell list?
I mean, don't you have all John's powers now?
I'm still working through it. It's a lot of knowledge rattling around up here.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think I could do that just off the top of my head.
Maybe we should this was a job for Gastone, maybe.
Gastone would be able to figure this out. The door, the trap, all of that. Let's push on just a little further, and if we get stuck, I'll just message them to come catch up with us. All right?
Okay.
Okay. The two of you enter the door and then close the other set of doors behind you, and the airlock hisses as the evil air is expunged from this next area. Meanwhile, back in Clarity's laboratory, Gastone Tosto has come across an unknown life form.
Ooh.
And 2 pods and an arc of glistening energy connecting them, rapidly oscillating back and forth. That is where we last left our good friend Gastone, is it not?
No, that would be right. Or
Okay.
yes, that would be right.
Okay. What would you like to do? You are standing at the equipment. The rest of your crew, Domnica, Molly Leiklin, Boignus Kimsvin, and Boga Cairnmelter, are just on the other side. Domnica will be the first to enter, since she sees you're not dead. What would you like to do?
So remind me what this thing is. Is it a machine that like transfers minds?
It's
Something
designed
along
to
those lines?
transfer personalities, but that does not seem to be what it's doing at the moment. It's designed to encode psychic information and translate it back and forth between 2 compatible vessels, essentially. But at the moment, it's not doing that.
Can I find out what it's doing?
Yes, roll science, please. All right, big numbers. So it is transmitting a pattern back and forth, an extremely high energy pattern. And upon further analysis, you notice, again, the pattern has a very high energy content. It is unstable. And by scrolling through the last 10,000 years of data, during almost the last 10,000 years, it's been the exact same wavelength back and forth. But then by finally scrolling back through the data in the machine, you can see that right before this transfer was locked in and this transfer has been going back and forth, the energy pattern almost flatlined. So whatever's in there like was surging downwards, collapsing, but then it was put into this infinite loop that is preventing the energy pattern from collapsing.
So, and you said it's been here for what, 10,000 years?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I guess the best guess is this was left here by the actual original Lacunians, and they must have left somebody here who almost died, and this was kind of their only way to keep them not dead. I say not dead in quotations because they're not really also living right now.
Mm-hmm.
Does this machine give like information about I guess the status of like the bodies that are in there? Can I know like, you know, what's their brain state like? Are they brain damaged? Is it more of a different organ, something like that?
Roll a medicine check, please. None of this information makes any sense. Like everything, there's a lot of information about brain activity and biological electricity and such. A lot of that, actually, an extremely high level of that. Nothing about chemical makeup, heartbeats, organ status. You can't get any information on that whatsoever.
What's this thing hooked up to? Like, what's giving it power?
There is a power source elsewhere in this facility that is connected to it. Very strong power source.
I would like to use on-the-fly gadgets to dismantle my scanner and make a sort of shit. It's an actual thing. What's the word for it? You know those things where you put them. It's got these two little nodes. You put them in the socket. One's red, one's black.
Mm-hmm.
It tells you how much energy is going through there. Something along those lines. I want to know how much it takes to power this thing.
Got it. Okay. You dismantle your scanner and turn it into I'm going to call it an electrometer multimeter. Multimeter. Thank you, chat.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
And you manage to find a console point and you plug it in, and it takes a huge amount of energy to keep this thing going, but this thing is in maintenance mode. It's just bleeding off a little bit of energy to stay stable.
Mm-hmm.
It could absolutely take more. It could absolutely accept more, but whatever the power source is, it exceeds most electrical power plants where you come from that aren't powered by weird science.
So it currently isn't actually doing anything because it's in maintenance mode.
Right. There's just barely any energy trickling through it available to it right now. It absolutely has the capacity for more, but the power source generating it exceeds a Northport power plant that isn't weird science.
What about that little cube power thingy that I have?
Refresh me what that is.
God, I'm trying to remember where I got it from. I have it in here somewhere. Uh, 50-pound fusion reactor.
Oh. Yeah. You could try to hotwire that into this to crank up the juice if you wanted. This is what you've been using to recharge Asena's smart laser as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, fusion is a lot safer than fission, but this is still going to be a Tinker's Tools check in order to revampify this. So roll Tinker's Tools to open it up and then like plug it in, find the right pieces to 13.
Hold on, I have some juice for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Tinker's Tools. Okay, that's better.
Natural 20. Also add 5 more juice from chat because it's Tuesday.
Aha, yes, Gastone Day. Let's go.
A natural 20. Okay, not only do you manage to plug this in and perfectly time it with the pattern of the energy arc going back and forth, you also don't burn out the fusion reactor, plug it in into this very, very different energy source. The arc flares up rapidly, flashing back and forth, and then you start to see in the pattern, hanging midair, a humanoid form, almost in like the wavelength itself that's flowing back and forth. A glowing blue humanoid form. And it looks at you as it hangs in that pattern going back and forth. You see that the status on the transference chamber has switched from resonant maintenance to stable.
So the thing that's there, I'm gonna wave to it, see if it does something. Quick little like.
It stares at you, turns its head, and then extends its hand.
I'm gonna try and like point to the. I'm gonna point at it, and then I'm gonna point to one of the pods, and back to him. Like, you know, is this you?
It points at the pod, but because of the way that it's flickering, the image hanging in the pattern is rapidly turning back and forth, so that it's like a double image of pointing at both pods.
Shit. I don't suppose you can talk, can you? Yeah, I didn't think so. So this is a wonder if there is a way to. Can I see the people inside the pods?
Yeah, when you lean over and you look inside the pod, it's flickering almost like a monitor. It
Mhm.
is a glowing, fiery, plasmic humanoid.
Huh? Or do they? Okay, so they don't look like anyone we met on Lacunas or anything like that, right?
You've
Because they're
never
not made of
seen
plasma.
anything like this before.
What about the other pod? Same thing?
Same thing, and they're flickering back and forth, like existing and then not existing.
Oh, so it's literally like both it's physically jumping back and forth.
Which is not what this machine was designed to do.
Okay. Can I fiddle with the machine so he can be in one place?
Yes, roll a science check to turn it out of maintenance mode and stabilize it.
Ooh. Don't worry. Call me the CEO of Booster Juice.
Send it.
Yeah. Oh, it looked like a 1.
What's funny is that science roll that you got a 9 on, you rolled another 2. You shut down the machine. You safely deactivate the machine, take it out of its cycle, and the creature only exists in the pod immediately closest to you.
Huh. Is it conscious?
It's glowing,
Yeah, but like,
and you can open the pod if you want.
Yeah, fuck it. We ball. It's Tuesday.
Okay, the pod opens, and you immediately hear the crackling and buzzing and snapping of electrical discharges. The machinery in the room arcs and glows, and an eerie blue light hums around your fusion reactor. The creature that rises up, its skin and surface is absolutely night black. It's surrounded by multiple layers of luminous liquid fire bound in a magnetic field. It
Cool.
emerges from the pod, turns to you.
I'm sorry. I don't speak electricity.
It stands and walks across the room, slightly melting the floor, or at least superheating the floor where it goes. Domnica doesn't make any aggressive moves, but reaches for her gun, just in case. The creature approaches you, holds out its hand, and its magnetic surface of skin almost bubbles. It's like its palm bubbles up, and a white, hot, luminescent flare fills this glowing bubble of magnetic skin, which then pinches off, separating from it, resting in its hands, and it reaches out and extends it to you.
Now that the ball has ejected from his skin, does it still look like it would melt through my hand?
Roll a perception check, please.
Perception.
10. You can't really tell from here. The creature is pretty hot in and of itself. I mean, I'm going to say in terms of temperature. In terms of taste, that's entirely not up to me. So you can't tell if the sphere would scald you or harm you or electrocute you or anything like that. But it's clearly being offered to you.
I will take it.
Okay. As you rest your hand on it, little arcs of lightning trail from the white hot flare within the sphere to your fingers. Like one of those plasma globes, you know, those electric plasma globes that you can touch.
Yeah.
It definitely feels strange. Your hand sort of hums and it's warm to the touch, but you're able to lift it away without any harm. whatsoever.
Nice.
What does this mysterious object do? Who is this entity that Gastone has just uncovered? Will John ever return? Will Asena make her way into the area without punching anybody? Find out when Coriander Society Adventures returns real soon.